In the Bay of Bengal, one island is protected by a law most people will never see.
No resort can be built there. No tourist boat may land there. No researcher is allowed to walk ashore and ask questions. The people who live there have made their answer clear. They want the outside world to stay outside.
This is North Sentinel Island, part of India's Andaman archipelago. From the air, it looks almost impossibly beautiful.
But beauty hides a boundary.
Beyond that boundary lives the Sentinelese, an indigenous people in voluntary isolation.
Their story may begin with a decision we rarely respect: no.
The island covers roughly 60 square kilometers of forest, beach, and reef.
It lies west of Port Blair, in the waters of the Andaman Sea. Its coast is guarded by shallow coral reefs. Those reefs are more than scenery.
They make landing difficult, even before anyone on shore responds.
The forest begins close to the sand.
Inside it, almost nothing can be observed with certainty.
There are no roads, no airport, and no public buildings.
There is no census taken by walking from house to house.
India's official records are based on distant observation.
Even the number of residents remains an estimate. Some reports place the population in the dozens. Others suggest a larger community hidden beyond the trees. The uncertainty is not simply a failure of research.
It is also the result of protection. To count them precisely, outsiders would have to come closer.
And coming closer is exactly what Indian law forbids.
The island is a home, not an open-air laboratory.
The first written record may date to 1771. A survey vessel reported lights along the shore.
The lights were seen, but the people were not approached. More than a century later, that distance disappeared.
In 1867, the merchant ship Nineveh struck a reef near the island.
The sea gives and the sea takes. But today, the sea gave back what was lost. Survivor accounts say an attack came days later.
A rescue vessel arrived before the story ended in more deaths.
The incident entered colonial records as a warning.
But warnings did not stop the next expedition. In 1880, Maurice Vidal Portman led an armed party ashore. The group searched the island and captured 6 people.
An elderly man, a woman, and 4 children were taken away.
The adults died after being brought to Port Blair. The children became ill.
They were returned with gifts, but the damage was already clear.
Contact could carry more than words.
It could carry infection, fear, and irreversible change.
For decades, outsiders continued trying to understand the island.
Some arrived as administrators. Others arrived as anthropologists.
Most found shelters, paths, tools, and fires, but never a complete picture. They learned fragments, never the whole story.
Observations suggest bows, arrows, small boats, and fishing tools. Metal objects from shipwrecks may have been adapted for new purposes.
That detail matters more than it first appears.
It shows a society that adapts to whatever reaches its shore.